Hello and welcome to the next episode here in Osiris with me, Gabia. I hope you're alright, guys. I hope you're alright. Personally, I am fine. However, I'm having terrible trouble recording again, and in fact, you know what, my computer is dying slightly, so hopefully this will be the last episode where you have these kind of jerky frames and you know, overall poor quality of video, because I have ordered a new computer. Woohoo! Or parts to one anyway, so I'm gonna build that as soon as the parts get here, and hopefully that'll be alright. So what's up for today then? Well, this is an emerald block. So that's part of what we're gonna look at today. You see, I'm yeah, these chests here. I'm going slightly nuts. I've had to add some chests, some fish. You know, there's also. I mean, look. How am I supposed to be able to do something here? Yeah. How? This is my sand. How indeed? Yeah. Well, we need a storage system, guys. We do really need a storage system. And so I've started a bit here off camera, between episodes with this, and the storage system, I always meant for this to be the focal point of my entire base. This here block. This here block. And so the storage system is going to be underneath this base, and the idea is that there's going to be stairs going down here, here, and over there as well. I've only done one stair so far. I'm gonna do the others later on. I just basically need to get this up and running because storage is a big issue at the moment. But I have done some shiny things here. So this is where it's going to be. I marked it up with some dirt. And this here is directly below this said emerald block. So we're underneath the base. We're gonna have rows of chests here and here, and same on the other side. Now the entrance to this place, it needs to be quite shiny and Egyptian in its theme. And this, the thing is with the Egyptians, they made a lot of reliefs or carvings in their pillars and their walls and such. Now that is obviously hard to do in Minecraft, unless you want to just build your entire base out of the chiseled sandstone or whatever it's called. But you don't really, because I mean, who wants a base full of creeper heads like that? So I've done some thinking, and in point of fact, the fact that I could create this statue, I did this quite a while ago in creative mode. The fact that I could create this statue, and it was quite small. You know, it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks tall and 3 blocks wide. And I think they're only 2 blocks deep. And that was what made me decide in the first place to build a desert base, you know, or an Egyptian themed base, because this is something we can come back to, and I have several different varieties of this statue that we can come back to and expand upon, and actually make this here quite sterile environment come alive a bit more. Hello, creeper. Yeah, so that is bye creeper. That is vitally important. This statue is vitally important to this whole series actually. So have a look at it. Egyptian statues and reliefs, they often had either their feet facing the wrong way, so or to the side, or they had just 1 foot or 2 feet very, very close together without separation. And this also feels like a villager in the same sense, because they also have feet like that. And also they had their faces facing sideways, and this guy has his face facing sideways as well. It's meant to be sort of a Osiris, sorry, the god Osiris inspired head. So it's supposed to look a little bit like that. And then obviously he's holding a spear maybe, or something like that. And we have a stair there to indicate that that's his elbow. and the other arm is just straight down. Now I have sitting versions of this, and I have people holding other things, or statues even, and I have statues holding nothing, and so on and so forth. And I have royal looking statues, and this is more of a, I guess, a warrior statue. So he's guarding the entrance to our storage system. Then we go down here. This is temporary. I do like the block, obviously, as I've used it also up here in the stairway, up here as a trimming. And I like the brown as a contrast to the eternal yellow of this base, the yellow sand. But we're gonna have the floor is gonna be level, and this is gonna move down half a block, and then there's gonna be glass. So there's gonna be none of this, and then I need to have some lights here. I am still experimenting with the walls here. I think this one is more finished. I do like the blue of the packed ice. Oh, packed ice, by the way, yes. Last time we ended with me finding the ice plain spike biome. And now I have quite a lot of packed ice, so that's alright. So I've been starting to use that a little bit. I'm not entirely convinced of this thing though. I'm not entirely convinced. I mean, this here, up here, we have the dark blue and light blue stained clay. And so we might end up going with something like that down here as well. We will see. But for now, it does do the job, and it does look shiny. I'm particularly chuffed with the lights, which are basically glowstone and then dark blue glass. But from below here, you don't actually see the glowstone. They still give enough light for an area here around here, and this in fact is the only block that is below light level 8, so it's light level 7, so that's why we need a little lamp there. So yeah guys, this is going to be the storage room. Then obviously on this side there's going to be stairs going up here as well, so I'm going to have to carve out part of this and so on. Now here on these sides here, we're going to have exits to other rooms, which we will come back to at some point. So what are we going to do today? Well, today we are going to work a bit on this, maybe try and finish this section off here, and then at the end we're going to place down all the chests and maybe make this a bit nicer as well. So the thing is, right, I'm going to make an automated storage system, don't you worry, but for now it's just going to be chests, and I'm going to organize them somehow. So I don't know how exactly. We're going to come back to that, but we'll do that when we get there. So guys, let me gather up some materials and we will get to work here. Bad zombie. Bad zombie. Alright, so we have something of a palette here going. I'm going to do some experiments here with these pillars here. I mean, these are all glass. Sorry, these are all packed ice. But what if we make it like sort of like a mosaic? How would that be? How would that sit with us? Yeah. So let's assume we do semi-random patterns here. Yeah. We can do the glass needs to go here for light reasons. Then we can do this sort of thing. And then finish it up with... Actually, you know what? Let's remove that. Oh no! Oh, I'm in a hole. Let's actually replace that with a lapis block. And then on top we go for the last actually of our blue stained clay. How would that look? That would look like a cobblestone wall. Let's have a look. Maybe. Oh, actually, I'm gonna go and get this block because I'm low on blue stained clay. I can make more, obviously, but you know, I'm cheap like that. So you know what? That doesn't look too bad. It's a little bit too busy, to be honest. Maybe we need to remove the dark blue clay and replace it with either ice or the lights. Also, I wanted to try the cyan colored clay just for good measure. You know what? If we don't do the ice, that'll probably look alright. It gives it a more... Honestly, that was silk touch, surely, yeah. Yes, it was. Gives it a more sort of somber feeling. I don't dislike it. I really don't. I think it might be we might be onto something here. So yeah, let's see. Let's do the light. Let's take that off and do some light blue stained clay. Some more of that stuff. And then we have that block up there. I really need to get some dirt or sand, even something like that, to keep me from having to use my pick all the time. So how's that? Yeah, I think we got something. I think we're gonna replace the ice. Actually, I was so happy to finally have it, and I've used it for other things as well. I might have time to show that later on in the video. But I was so happy to have it, so I just ran ahead and started decorating with it. But actually, I think I need to be a little bit careful with it because it's a little bit too blue. Light blue, if that makes any sense. I think I do prefer the duskier sort of colors in some ways. I don't know, let's see, there's another thing that's bugging me. This is too symmetrical now, so we need to remove that, and then we need to fall down and maybe try to put the lapis, oh my days, put the lapis here, and then the whatever it was we had, was it, yeah, so like that maybe, yeah. I better put the light in. I'm gonna do another pattern here, same blocks basically, but a different pattern, and then we'll see how that looks, guys. Alright guys, let's have a look at this then. I like it. I do really like it. And now we can remove these torches. These torches can go away because we have the lights installed as well here. And you know what? It's really cool. I do find it's a lot more attractive than this here. Yep, I do indeed. So let's see. Let's go ahead and do that for these 4 alcoves as well, and remove and change up these 4 here as well, and then I think we're done with this section for today. Oh yeah, we're gonna add some more to the ceiling as well, and then I think we're done for today around here, and we're gonna go over and work a bit more with the storage system. And I mean, the basic idea is for me to use all of these. I need to, by the way, make more cyan colored clay, but I'll do that off camera. The idea is to just basically randomize these things, but keep it mainly light blue, and always then have the glass on the second level here for the lights. Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, let's tear this down and see what we can do. Alright guys, so I've been making some chests. We're gonna have a look now. Trap chests and chests. This is not all the chests that are gonna go in there, obviously, but fair amount. So this now, these pillars, I think they look alright actually. I might, you know, change the order of things around and fiddle around, but in general I like them. I know this cyan stained clay is a bold move. It's a bold move. A bold move. But you know what? It does something for me that I like. It gives the whole thing a more weathered tone, maybe? Weathered tone, yeah, weathered tone. So here we are, we're gonna try some chest placements. I mean, we can do this. That would obviously be, and then obviously on top here, like this. That would obviously be the easiest thing to do. We can have 5 high, I think, and then perhaps one below as well. So that's 6 times 4, 24, and then there's 8 of these. So that is something like 48, 96 chests on either side, 100 and 202, I want to say. Don't quote me on that though, but something like that, chests. I mean, that should be enough for most things. Now that begs the question, right, the alternative, incidentally, is doing this. And thus doubling the amount of chests we can have to something like 400 chests. Now, who needs 400 chests, you ask? Well, it depends on what the purpose of this storage room is. Now, originally when I planned this world out in creative and fiddled around and played and had my thoughts and ideas, I thought that this storage room was going to be containing all the things in the world. But, you know, looking at this situation here, where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double chests of carrots plus 1, 2, 3, 4 more double chests, so 9 double chests of carrots, same amount, well, 4 or 5 chests for potatoes, and we're gonna have the same amount for beetroots and wheat. Just as a for instance, right? Yeah, that is gonna be just impossible to have in a storage room like this. That's gonna have to be in bulk storage, and then there's 1 chest over here with carrots, potatoes, and so on, right? And maybe that's the way to go. Maybe every item needs 1 chest, and in some cases, maybe depending on what storage system I choose, what automatic storage system I choose, maybe 1 chest can also be shared between many items that are less common. Considering all of that, and also considering the fact that I can actually rebuild this, because I'm doing a manual storage system now, I can do it like this for now, see how I get on, and then maybe change to this. The problem, by the way, with this is that although it kind of is prettier in a way, because you don't see the chests, it means you have to have item frames on the sides here, and then you have to access the chest from the side like that, and that can be really annoying, to be honest. Really annoying. So yeah, doubling this the storage capacity, but sacrificing the accessibility is what you would say about that. So after having seen this, I think for now I'm going to go with this. Alright, and let's see, do we have an X type thing here? We do. Let's try and place 2 rows straight across and see how it looks. I mean, obviously it's dirt pillars, it shan't be dirt pillars later, don't you worry, guys. So we have obviously trapped chests on the left hand side here, so let's do trapped chests like this, and then normal chests, and normal chests, and trap chests, and trap chests. I don't know why I keep switching there. It's a force of habit, I suppose. So something like that. Imagine that 6 up, or 5 up and 1 down. What I mean by 1 down, by the way, is that you can place a chest here as well. Like so. Did I just hear a ghast, or was it one of my cats? Now let's see, we have here, we have trap chests. You can place a chest like that as well. And then, if you place a half slab here, you can access that too. And that makes it easier to reach. Now, actually, you might also just place an empty block here. Or let it go down a whole block, a full block. That's something to consider as well, to do that. Maybe we should try and do this. 3 chests here. 64 chests. And so 64 is 2 layers. 128 is 4 layers. And then 196. Okay, so it's 196 chests. My math was obviously off, I think. So yeah, I can see this being cool. And then we'll have obviously sandstone pillars here. We'll have something behind the chests as well to make it not look awful. I do know that we're going to have hoppers and stuff like that going into them later on, but that's a later question, and I'm not even going to think about that at the moment. So, I want to talk about something else as well, by the way, while I'm at it. You see here, this archway here is very straight. You can see the same thing in the entrance that we made. Up here, the straight archway, very heavy, you might say. And I mean, that's not normally how you do archways in Minecraft. You try and be fancy and do things that look round, even though this is a square game. But actually, the Egyptian archways were like this. However, they did sometimes have quite elaborate ornaments at the edge of their pillars. So we're going to try and incorporate some of that later on as well. But I'm trying to, in general, in this base still, just get the basic shapes right. So roughly where things go, roughly what blocks it's going to be. I mean, we're going to do decoration on these walls. All the walls, like I've said, on the wall, as it were, are going to be decorated as well. The top of these things are going to be decorated. There's going to be statues, more of these little fellas, and all that sort of stuff. But that is later. That's fine-tuning it. I did this guy to show an example, and also because I needed to figure out if I could have some sort of monument here in the entrance. So, and I can, so that's great. Now the other thing I thought about was actually trying to incorporate something like this, sorry, in here as well. And we might be able to, I mean, what you could do, now this is just me pondering things, you know, and trying to figure things out as I go along, is we could take out the middle sections here and make them ornamental, you know. That would radically, obviously, reduce the, and these as well, yeah. Or we could make one double chest section of ornamentation and then one double chest. That would take out 4 of these, so 24 of the chests. You know, that might be something to do. In that case, we would have, let's try it, you know, that's how you do things in this game, isn't it? Try things, you try things. So you would have chests, yeah, and then we would take out these fellas here and have ourselves another dirt pillar here, yeah, oh, like that. So that would give us enough space to have another fellow like that, because he's 3 wide. He could have his foot here. You know what? I really like that idea actually. Now that I think about it, I have to build one and see how it goes. We're gonna let's just assume we're gonna do that for now. If we need to extend the storage, we can either turn the chests around, or we can actually take him away. But you know what? This place needs to look good. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be happy with it. So let's sacrifice even more storage. I mean, this started out as a pretty big storage system, and now we're down to a pretty normal sized storage system. I don't know how we're going to solve this, guys. But you know, it's important. It's important stuff. Okay, let me build these fellas. I might make them sitting actually. We'll see how that goes, and I'll get back to you guys when I'm done with that. I hear zombies. Where are you? Maybe I should have an actual weapon in my hand. Right, so let's ignore him for now and have a look at this, right? This is how high the chest columns would be, but the roof would be even higher, I reckon. I am, however, thinking of capping it here. But this one, I can only move down 1, I think, or maybe 2, because I can do the same thing that I did there. Yeah, okay. So I could cap it 1 row above. So like, my inventory is full as usual. Like over here. Ooh. Oh, like that. I could cap it there, and it might look a bit better actually, because the room now with these columns and also these reliefs or statues. It has a great height to it, and it might be a bit much, to be honest. It might be a bit much. Anyway, apart from that, I'm really pleased with it, to be honest. I mean, you get this, I haven't finished it, but you get this sense of chests. And then, ooh, what's this? I only did the standard ones, by the way. They're not holding anything or anything like that. I can change that later if I want to, that's fine. This might be an idea for lights all around the base, by the way, that I'm toying with. They do stand out a lot. But I could vary the color of the glass depending on where you're at in the base. So yeah, that's what we have. That's what we're sitting with. I'm not at all displeased with it, to be honest. I really think it'll be shiny when it's done. I think I'll keep these for now. I'm not 100% sold on them, but I'll keep them for now, and we'll see what we end up with. That's that. And yeah, I've been thinking about these. I think I will end up having half slabs. Also, this needs to be some other type of block, because obviously I can't open that now. So I'm gonna have to think about that block too. So there are still some little things to think about. And another thing is, I don't think I have more than maybe 10 leather. So I feel a cow farm coming up. I do feel a cow farm coming up. Maybe we'll do that next episode, actually, guys. I think we might actually end up doing that. But guys, it is time. It is time to say goodbye. If you liked this video, and I hope you did, please remember to hit that like button. Please. It helps me out a lot, guys. And feel free to subscribe and share and stuff like that with this video. That's all good stuff. Leave a comment if you have some suggestions for this build, or if you think I'm doing something that I shouldn't be doing. But for now, guys, this has been Villagavia in Osiris, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.